Hi, fellow traders. Happy market chop day. Happy hump day. I hope you guys got over the hump and navigated all of this market chop a lot better than what I did. I'm going to share with you my trades from today and how, I wrecked myself. I can't blame anybody else. Not going to put the blame on anything else. I just flat wrecked myself. Had an out of body experience, whatever you want to say, but it happens. We're human. Nobody's perfect, so it's just one of those days, guys. It's one of those days, but I survived it, and that's what counts. That's all that matters. But first, we'll go ahead and look at this market here. We talked about this yesterday, how this was a big indecision candle. The wick to the downside was pretty much the same as to the upside, which matched the body. This was a pretty symmetric candle here, just big indecision. And I gave you the bull case where it could pop up, test this 5-day moving average and then sell back off, or we could open up and then just sell through and retest this descending support here. And when the market opened, or when I was looking at pre-market, this 5-day moving average was screaming in. It was falling off a cliff. So any chance that the bulls had of trying to push this seemed to be gone. So my thought automatically went to the bear case, and it's selling off, potentially bouncing here off of this descending support. But right now, we're about $1 below where we closed, and we are under this support. So I don't see a bull case for this tomorrow unless this holds up overnight. If we come back and we get throughout the night and we hold this support, then maybe the bulls can bring this back up towards 425, 427 tomorrow, maybe. If not, if we lose this and we keep selling off, if we lose 420, I'm going to draw my line in the sand at 420. And in my humble opinion, if we lose 420, we're going to see the market have a little fender bender here. It's not going to be a total wreck, but we're going to start to see a nice little fender bender, and it's going to get tense. So tomorrow, I think, is going to tell the story if we can get under 420. If not, expect the bulls to pull it back a little bit. They're not going to have a full on recovery, I don't believe. It's possible, depending on what happens geopolitically or any good economic news, we can see a bump here. But other than that, I just don't see a whole lot of hope for the bulls other than getting it up around 425, 427 before the bears grab control again and pull it on back. But that's my humble opinion. But we'll see tomorrow where this thing goes and how everything plays out. But I think tomorrow's going to be interesting as well. Just like yesterday was, or today was. So first trade out of the gate was SQ. Now, I know this looks just like a lot of my trades. Most of the time, I'm holding through this, in which you'll see one of my trades today. I'm holding through this. The problem is, I took too much size. If I had gone in with 300 shares versus 500, I would have held through this. It wouldn't have hit my max loss and stopped me out, and I would have made it. Okay, what happened here was I accidentally shorted another 500 shares trying to get out, and I had to quickly get out. I calculated this. I'm not looking at my P&L yet because I still got some aftermarket earnings I'm looking at to see if I can grab something if some volume comes in. So I don't know. Just calculating this cost me about $900. My stop was gonna be $900. 500 shares, I could have made about $2,000 on this stock. So me risking $900 was no big deal. But it just, I had all of this resistance up here. Everything looked just beautiful, but I had to stick to my rule. That's the only good thing I did. I stuck to my rule, and I took it off when I was supposed to. I just went in with too much size and just kind of blew this up. Now, there were some other stocks on our watch list that did really, really well. Shit, I can't remember now. My head is going crazy. I can't remember right off the top of my head. But Lowe's had a really nice breakout. I think OSTK had a really nice opening range break. There was a lot of stocks that had a lot better moves than the SQ that I picked. But this was just a trading error. So then I went to ROKU. And I wrecked up again. I mean, I had another train wreck on ROKU. Like, look at the candlesticks here. This is just a chopped up mess. This is crazy. What the hell am I doing trading this? This candle looked pretty good. I thought the chop was over. I get in once we confirm taking out the opening range low. I unfortunately did not see this linear regression channel sitting here when I got in, but I saw it early enough that said, hey, I need to take profit here. And I was supposed to take some off the table here. This would not have been a losing trade if I had done what I was supposed to do. I went off chasing NVDA, trying to get in NVDA before I finished handling this. This is why you never get in two trades at one time. I never get in two trades at one time. It's not smart because you need to be focused. If you're day trading, you need to be focused on the trade that you're in, at least until you get to the first target and I can put it on autopilot. I didn't. I missed taking profit here. By the time I got back from getting in ROKU, I missed this, and then this blew up on me. And this, now, it does look like it seeked my stop, but it didn't because I did not have a hard stop in. I had a manual stop, and it just so happened that I manually stopped out when it crossed my threshold, and it just happened to be the top. And you see it came back down. I had to stick to my rules. That's the only good thing I did at this point was sticking to my stop, my max loss. Okay, it's not a stop. It's not a stop loss. It's just a max loss. The most I was willing to risk on this trade. For some reason, I have no idea. There's no way in hell I should be risking that much. Even though we've made enough, we've grown the account enough to where I could risk it and it's not bad this month. But that's not the cavalier attitude we need to have as traders. Just bad. So I just had an out-of-body experience today dealing with this mess. So NVIDIA turned out to be the best trade of the day. NVIDIA saves me all the time. It saves me all the time. So I got in here, and of course, I was only in 200 shares, so I could withstand the bounces. I was well within my risk. Started taking profit here, and ended up stopping out break even. But I can thank my beautiful little kitty, Nala, for getting me back in this trade, stressing me out a little bit, and making me think, which kind of got me back in the swing of things. thankfully, I had mentor sessions, and those tend to center me because I stopped focusing on me and I start focusing on other traders and their individual plights. And that centers me, it grounds me, and it actually brought me back around. So I was able to handle this situation with a trader that had a little bit of sense. But she got in. One thing about her, as soon as I walk away, if I don't, I need to push the keyboard tray under my desk. Sometimes I don't. They like to jump in my chair. She likes to drink my water or coffee or whatever I have here. So she got up, put her paws on my computer, and was drinking my water. I didn't think anything of it. And then it dawned on me, we're in a trade. So what I did was I waited for it to test all of this. I said, hey, if this thing takes out all of this and goes, I deserve to get my ass kicked today. Let it go, and we'll come back tomorrow. But it rejected everything. I was able to add back once we got back below the bottom of this channel. I was able to add back. I said worst case scenario, I could take it off here if we fail, and I would have saved myself a ton of money. But it started to work. I was able to take profit a couple of times and really maximize this trade. Now, I wish I would have split this and I would have held it, because this thing dropped down to almost 220. And I really could have made a little bit more money on this. And this would have ensured me getting back green today. I don't know where I am. Like I said, I'm still waiting to see if I can get something. Look at how NVDA is trading now. There are other stocks in the market trading. The SPY is trading. If we get the bounce, I may jump in and SPY and see if I can get, a bounce in it. Just trying to close out my day the best I can. But, this was the best trade of the day. The best trade. I don't know if it got me back. If it made back all the money that I lost on those first two trades. I hope it did, but I'll know here a little bit after 8 o'clock. eBay was the earnings trade we took. This is kind of the only one that's set up that I could actually trade. The other two, the spreads were just crazy. Even Lemonade had crazy spreads. Couldn't trade it. But here, just like the opening range breakout or breakdown, I wait for the opening announcement candle. First 5-minute candle of the announcement puts in a high and low. It breaks the low. I go short, start locking in profit. It didn't get to my second. I was looking for 45. So I took some at 48.50, 47.50, and I was looking for 45. It didn't quite get there. It bounced, took me back out at break even, and it just didn't come back. Just kind of flatlined. I was hoping with the conference call that we could get another entry on this, but pretty much done. So that was it for today. So maybe I got back to break even. I know if anything, it's a small loss or a small win, but I'm pretty proud of myself for sticking to my rules, even though had I not stuck to them, I would have made money. That's the scary part. The scary part about breaking rules, and it works. If I had broke my rules these 2 times and it worked, I probably would have blown up, and you probably would have seen me with a $4,000 or $5,000 loss before the week is out, because I didn't stick to my stop and I just let it run. That's what happens. So I stuck to my rules. I'm gonna continue to stick to my rules, regardless of what it looks like after the fact. I encourage you guys to do the same thing, because even if this gets away from you, you can always right the ship. You can always bring everything back into focus. and get back on the wagon and make everything right. So you guys stay BBT strong. I'll see you guys first thing in the morning in the jungle.